Hype. Hype.
Hype.
Hype.
Hype.
Hype.
Stoked.
Hype. Hype.
And 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to RPG Maker Cola.
Hello and welcome to the RPG Maker Cola podcast. Live to a studio audience. We're broadcasting this live to twitch.tv. I better hit record on my Discord thing. Wow, there's a crowd. Everyone's here. From Cooper Kush to the Great Perhaps. I see you, Harmless. I see you, Box Jess. Final Boss Blues. I forgot which names I've said. Kupo Coffee. Manta Jan. Anyone who's listening to this via the audio medium, you're going to be very confused. Anyway, this is a live Twitch streamed podcast, which puts me a bit out of my element. But here we go. Wait, where's my notes? They're gone. I am so nervous. Here we go. Live podcast. This is the type of antics you're going to expect. Okay, here we go. Hey RPG Maker Cola listeners, welcome to RPG Maker Cola Season 2. This is your fizzy soda-filled source of content for game development opinions that mean very little in the grand scheme of things. It's your favorite RPG Maker podcast, RPG Maker Cola. I'm your host Benny, also known as Cash, also known as the Puzzle Snob. Wait, do I have my preview video audio on? There's an echo delay? What's happening? What? Sorry. Someone's saying there's a delay on my voice. Preview video... What? What is this? Does anyone else in chat... Okay, now audio listeners are going to be very confused. What's up? What's happening? Is there an echo happening? Hello?
Okay.
Echo. Sound is fine. Okay. Someone told me there was a delay. There was an echo. I don't want that to happen. Okay, cool. Let me try again. Okay, here we go. Start from the top. I don't have a script. What are you talking about? Hey RPG Maker Cola listeners, welcome to RPG Maker Cola Season 2. This is your fizzy soda-filled source of content for game development opinions that mean very little in the grand scheme of things. It's your favorite RPG Maker podcast, RPG Maker Cola. I am your host Benny, also known as Cash, also known as the Puzzle Snob, also known as the hostess with the mostest, that brings the podcastest. And this is the place for you. It's a chill space where we get together skilled developers from the RPG Maker community to chat cordially and occasionally non-cordially about game development, game design, and probably a whole bunch of other stuff too. It's casual, it's cool, it's cola. So today I have two guests that I'm super excited to introduce. I think they're very, very unique and they bring interesting games, but not only do they create games and develop games very well, they also stream stuff. So they're streamers, they're Twitch streamers, just like me. So our first guest that I'd like to introduce today is the creator of such games as Riggy2k3. Riggy2k3, let me just drag this over here. Riggy2k3, oh gosh, this won't be good for audio listeners, yet again. Riggy2k3 is a game where you navigate through over 20 varied and challenging levels, using your initiative to traverse deadly environments where one wrong step means certain failure. You solve puzzles and find the hidden challenge, and prove you're worthy of the title Riggy2k3. It just looks really nice. I like the way that it kind of plays and looks, and I like abstract puzzle games like this. It seems really good. They are also the creator of a game called Fragments, and this is a game where a character named Evan faces a frustrating battle with his conscience, one that he can not afford to lose or will spend the rest of his life behind bars. This game seems really interesting as well. I really love the concept and I love the way that the palette it plays with palette and colors. This developer is very adventurous in this way. I like this as well. And then also they are the creator of a game that is upcoming called Lightway Lines. This game is I'll be honest, I don't know fully what this game is about, but it's set in the future. It's a sci-fi game where the desire for seamless interstellar travel continues to grow. Apparently, you explore a cruiser and unearth what really happened behind it. There's fast-paced action RPG-style combat, and a lot of custom artwork with detailed, interesting environments, and a really awesome soundtrack, apparently. So I can't wait to try that one out. I'm really happy to introduce the developer of these such games. It's my privilege and honor to introduce the one and only Codapill.
That is quite the introduction. It's so nice. Thank you. And don't worry, nobody knows what Lightweight Lines is about. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these games look awesome. I think you're a great developer. I've seen you do a little bit of stuff on stream, and I'm just really excited to have you on board. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's pleasure.
Yeah. And our second guest, for we do have two guests, one and two, sometimes I fail with these introductions. They have they're on the way to create a RPG based on the one and only Christian genius billionaire Kanye West. That you heard that correct. True. Very true. Let me pull that up. Yeah. So it's about a guy, you might know him for real life. He raps and stuff. And there are also like a whole bunch of other like rappers and artists here as well. Deep within the hidden catacombs below the streets of Chicago, an evil has been ruminating. And it's up to this Christian genius billionaire Kanye West to team up with people like Kid Cudi to create Kids See Ghost. And it's just like seems like a really awesome like send up of hip hop culture centered around Kanye's personality and with that signature sort of comedy that I expect from this person. And they also stream quite often on Twitch under the name riggy2k3. That I won't say that yet because that's the name that's coming later when I reveal who our guest is. But I'm really I'll edit that out. I'm really I'm very appreciative of this person. I'm so thankful that they're on board. This game is I'm not sure if this game is set before or after the divorce. Someone is asking on Twitch. I am not sure. But we'll see what happens. So this game is still in development and it's going to be maybe good. I'm really hoping it's good.
Me too.
I'll introduce you soon. This game looks legit and it looks awesome, and I'm really, really proud to introduce this cool person. It's the one and only awesome riggy2k3.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I really hope it's good as well. Thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here too, and it's a pleasure to have two guests who are really like tolerant of my scuffed introductions. I'm in a very kind of chaotic mood today. So thanks to the both of our guests for being here, and now that we're well acquainted, it's Buzz Corner time.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Buzz Corner. Here we talk about what RPG Maker games are gaining buzz at the moment. I've asked our guests to bring one game if they can, to talk about that they're pretty interested in. And they don't have to have played it, it just has to have a game page or something that looks interesting to them. I'm gonna bring a game called Rust and Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a nice, wonderful candy-covered game. Okay, let me bring this up. Here we go. So yeah, Rust and Blood. Now this game I played a little while ago. It's by a developer named Snow Owl. This developer has created kind of horror and creepypasta style games for a while now. The history kind of goes back like to 2011 and stuff. They've created games such as Miserere, It Moves, and this was an event game created for Halloween Jam. And yeah, this game, I played it a little while ago. It's like a melding of like survival and like RPG elements. See, there's like a day counter and a time counter to kind of lead you through like you have hunger, like that you get hungry and you have to eat food to continue. But it has this kind of like horror-esque. What's the word for it? It's like, what's the guy who's afraid of the tentacles? Lovecraftian. Yeah, Lovecraftian kind of aesthetic. I simplified it there a little bit, but basic thing is that you like kind of go about these creepy corridors and this sort of dreamlike aesthetic and filled with rust and blood, and you're this little inky character just trying to get through the day without getting too hungry or thirsty. Kind of a little bit like real life, but yeah, it's really weird. I found how they kind of melded horror like Silent Hill and like creepy like David Lynch style stuff. Well, not David Lynch. It's more like, I don't know, yeah, some weird out there horror stuff with Stardew Valley essentially, and it's just like really, really super interesting. I recommend anyone to try out Rust and Blood if you can stomach it.
That looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Interesting style. It's very oof. Weak.
Makes you feel weak inside. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it though.
Yeah. That's Rust and Blood. Riggy, what's been buzzing for you at the moment?
Okay, so I've been all about Omori lately. That's the Omocat game that was kickstarted in 2014, and then it disappeared pretty much up until last Christmas when they were just like, "Here it's coming out, here it comes," and I didn't come in with very many expectations, but like it left being one of my top 10 RPGs of all time. It's just a fantastic story. A crazy turn of events that kind of happens as you go through it. A really, really incredible control of atmosphere and like the narrative and everything, and it's just a good RPG, and it still feels like an RPG Maker game. So like, while a lot of people kind of get their own experience out of it, for me it just feels like the RPG Maker community kind of coming full circle. And it's neat if you actually get to the end or whatever and you see the credits. A lot of people that were pretty big in like the community had little like hands or a little involvement in the project as well. So I recommend it literally to anybody that wants to play a really good RPG, or if you like something like Undertale or Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass and you're looking for that kind of an itch.
Yeah. I'm curious about this. I don't want to spoil it for myself because I haven't played it, but that seems bad because like I've got friends who worked on it. But like yeah, like you said it's a little bit like Undertale, and I think it looks like it got some like Yume Nikki kind of exploration style stuff in it. What would you say is like the defining? Is there like something that makes it totally different to those influences? Does it feel different to those? Is it more epic or like kind of what makes it different?
Parts of it kind of feel like almost like callbacks to these things, like Yume Nikki especially. So it kind of feels like a tribute, but it also kind of has like its own thing going for it that kind of I think separates it from itself as much as it pays homage.
Flexiboot in the chat says, challenge, describe a surreal RPG game without mentioning Yume Nikki. it's quite difficult. Yeah, Yume Nikki's kind of influence is so wide, like it's so intense that that you almost can't escape it. But yeah, it seems, I'm wondering whether in future things will be influenced by Omori, or is its own sort of like distinctive thing enough to not be like a major influence on other stuff. Like, is it an influential game, or is it going to just be a game that people look at and go, that was a cool game?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous looking. I can't wait to try it. I know Riggy's been on at me to get hold of it and get going with it, but I've kind of been dipping in and out of his streams because he's been kind of playing it over the last few weeks. But yeah, it's got that beautiful art style, very colorful, very, very rich and vibrant looking. Yeah, and it feels like such a flagship for the MV engine as well. Like, that's really nice to see. My favorite RPG Maker game is made in NV, Lockhart Indigo. Like I really adored that game when I was playing it on stream, and this is like it just feels like another great thing, because you see so many great games in older versions of RM, and so it's nice to see that people are still bringing out top quality titles on MV and beyond.
Yeah.
So.
Shouts out to Lockhart Indigo and Harmless in the chat as well. Yeah, I mean, this game, it seems, I'm wondering about the what did you feel about the battle system and stuff as well? Like, it seems like it's based on mood, neutral, like sad and happy. Did you feel like you were like satisfied by the battle system overall?
Yeah, it's interesting because when you first get into it, it kind of is overwhelming, because you have like all the battlers are separated across the screen. You know, it's kind of unusual of a layout, but once you start getting into it, it kind of feels pretty familiar. But it incorporates a lot of different like things that I've seen used as plugins in other ways in battle systems, and kind of makes it feel really unique. And some of the battles, the way that they use like the emotion meter to dictate damage or ability or that sort of thing. It was just so cool and unique, and
Well, was it intuitive? Like, you know, the emotion based battling?
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely, it was super unique, and like it was easy to pick up once you got it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a rock paper scissors system with being happy, angry, or sad.
Oh.
But then as soon as you get familiar with these different emotions, like the game just completely flips that around, and you have to use it completely differently, or sometimes they'll take it away or add more to it, and it just felt so good to try. And it actually was kind of difficult in the beginning, because you have to learn which emotion trumps the other one, which ways that you can use emotions as strategically to power yourself up to get through certain fights, or to even like damage the enemy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and what I think, what I've gained from this game, even though I've only watched like, I mean, it's a bit of spoilers, but I've like watched like certain parts that Riggy's played. It's just that every little bit has like polish to it, like the backgrounds. I'm just struck by how well polished everything seems. It doesn't seem like anything cracks, so to speak. Like it's So it's like, that's what I feel like in an RPG Maker game, to get us to like the next level. I feel like it just needs to be polished to that point where you can't see past the facade. You can't see, oh wait, this is an RPG Maker game, they had limitations here or there. It feels complete. Yeah. But
even
I
certain
played
things
it,
like
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Certain things in the game, like interacting with objects in in rooms, like almost every object is interactable. You know, like everything kind of has a little comment about it, or like an observation. And so it kind of pulls you in, and like sometimes you'll just be clicking around, or you know, pressing enter key around, and like you'll find things that you didn't even know were there, or didn't even look like anything was hidden there.
Yeah. And the one thing I think I'll bring up finally is, like, I know we've kind of touched on a lot of different things, but the one overwhelming kind of emotion that I feel people describe Amori is sadness.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like, I don't know whether it's the ending. I don't want to spoil it too much for myself or others, but like, I've heard that there is feelings in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's cool. It's like, it's a whole, like, I played a lot of games in the past year or whatever because of the pandemic, but this is one of the few that actually like like really tugged at my heartstrings, you know?
Yeah. Very emotional feeling game. Excellent. Yeah, so that's what Reggie has been buzzing over. Now, I only opened the link for Codapill's game now. I have not seen it before, so this is legitimately a surprise, but I don't know. I just have to go with it, I guess.
You have to, Benny.
What game are you bringing today to the Buzz Corner?
Well, Benny, I'm breaking your rules just a little bit because I have two games, but like you'll see why.
Okay.
But like I was like kind of wondering why you are dubbed the puzzle snob, and I see why. I see why. This is Betty's game, Account Moo. It's it's like a small demo puzzle game. I only played this today, but I actually spent much longer on it than I thought I would.
It's
Like it
hard.
says, it is very hard. Like it ramps up pretty quickly, but I love the minimalist style. The graphics, like the visuals, remind me of that mobile game Monument Valley a little bit. That kind of like like that clean aesthetic for 3D. I don't know, it worked really well. I love the logic-y music that's playing in the background. It fits perfectly. It's very smooth, controls nicely. You've got really beautiful UI. I love that. I'm a real sucker for good UI that communicates to the player. Like, good design is all about communication, and it completely nails it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even from the start of, like, I know how to move my character, but I feel like you should create a game as if it's the first time the players ever tried to play a game. And so it's like, hey, it immediately fades in the arrows to move. And now we've got like somewhere to stand, and you're going to get a text box, and then we're going to have simple numbers to tell you which order to do things in. And then we'll, okay, I can learn that I push this one way, push it another way. Like, you've got obstacles that you have to clear. Little portals that will take you across to the different parts of the map to try and figure out how to get through. And I was like absolutely bamboozled on one of the levels, and I just couldn't stop because I was like, I'm gonna get this. I have to get this. And I don't play a ton of puzzle games. I'm not, despite making one, or like kind of one. I don't play a ton, but once it gets hooked into me, I kind of like have to do it. And so, like, to be honest, Benny, like, you give so much to the RM community, and you talk to so many people about their games, that I feel like anything you've made is worth bringing some light on and talking about. And I'd love for you to like continue with something like this. I get the whole, like, you can get into creative slumps, or it's hard to share your work, and I had that for a long time. And you can really and ah over the details, and I've totally been there, and I'm still there now. I just can't help it, just perfectionist, to my own detriment. But this feels like, to me, like, I don't know, I'm just saying, like, this feels like it has legs, and I'd love to see more, basically.
Oh wow, thank you. I feel like a guest on my own show. Your words are like are cutting deep, and they're very they're hurty. So they're making me hurt in a good way, and I very much appreciate your encouragement. I worked last time I worked on this game was like in 2016 maybe. I didn't have a Windows computer for a while, so I didn't get a chance to actually continue with it, and it's only recently, like end of last year, that I bought a Windows computer and was able to work on RPG Maker games again. And I decided to host a podcast instead. So, this game is mine.
It is indeed.
That was a shock. It was a shock, and
Yeah, no, we were talking about it, Riggy and I, and we were like, we should check out Benny's games, and then see what's what, and really go into the mind of the host and see what's going on. And I don't know, I was like, I thought it was a genuinely neat little game. Nice demo, very tight.
Oh, thank you. Was that correct? That duration 15 to 30 minutes, or did it take longer than that?
I mean, I didn't even beat it.
I'd love to say. I'd love to say that I spent 10 minutes on it, but I think I spent a good 45 to an hour.
Yeah, that's a developer estimate. It's always longer, when you're not doing development.
Yeah, it's like, take how much you can do it, times it by 2 or something.
I will give a little bit of insight. The reason why I dropped this was because I had 2 to 3 more areas completed, which would have been maybe about half an hour to 45 minutes more. But I lost all that, so I kind of got I lost all the info, so I lost all the files. My wording. So it kind of just my motivation to work on it just vanished into the ether. So, but it's good to hear those words again, and I've been thinking of picking up the good old tools again. The tools of the trade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. If you can make this once, you can make it again even better.
Yeah.
Like, and this, if you say this was made, I can see that you added it on rm.net in 2014. And I take it you've still been tinkering with RM since. Like, I don't see why you couldn't have another crack.
To be honest, like I added this 2015, 2016. I sort of dropped the engine and then did a little bits here and there, but didn't really seriously work on much until this year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
I mean, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm just like floored, and it's just so heartwarming to hear people talk about your game like that. Thank you so much.
No, hey, it's all good. Like, yeah, as I said, you talk to people a lot about their games, and I think it's worth people knowing, because I didn't know, and I've listened to a few RPG Maker podcast shows, and I had no idea that the person hosting was actually had done stuff anyways that is on RMNet available to download and play. So yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, excellent.
And yeah, I did have a second game. Like, I just wanted to shout out, because there's no game page, unfortunately, but like my friend Erin is making a game called All the King's Men, and she's another RM developer and streamer. So on twitch.tv/The Great Perhaps, you can catch her RPG. It's just a really kind of a beautiful, classic looking RPG with like just wonderful mapping and great attention to detail. Like, she spent so much time crafting these maps, and really like a nice little custom battle system that she's using. And she's also got some like gorgeous like music playing as well. Like, the soundtrack is going to be such fire when she's got it all finished. I'm just really happy for how the game is going, and I love seeing the process. And yeah, if you have have a couple hours in an afternoon to catch her on stream building stuff, it's really a joy to hang there. So yeah, shout out to that game. I imagine there'll be a game page sometime this year. So yeah, keep a lookout for All the King's Men.
Be great, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah. So like, yeah, I obviously can't comment on it, but I can just say anyone who like streams the creation of a game online, that's just like a curious phenomenon that I think is quite giving of yourself. I know, Coda, you do, and also Riggy, you both do some like streaming of your game development online. I think that's actually quite an invaluable resource. I know some people do it. They just they say, "Oh, all I'm doing is putting a camera on," but literally you're putting like pressure on yourself to actually create and not get distracted and watch something else. So and it's also helping others when they watch you do your development. They're like, "Oh, maybe I should do my thing as well." Like it's like inspiration fuel. And I just wanted to thank you for that, both you and the Great Perhaps, both of you as well for that.
Yeah, it can take a lot out of you. It's a big part of you to share your work and have people like potentially scrutinize. But to be honest, like, I've had mostly like very positive feedback on streaming, and the people who join just want to hang and be inspired, and you can kind of riff off each other. It's been a wonderful platform for that.
Yeah, excellent, awesome. Yeah, I tried to pull them up on Twitch, but I just came up with a 30-second Grand Theft Auto ad, so that's not conducive. Yeah, so when that game page comes up, I'd be willing to promote that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the games that have been buzzing for me, and I almost teared up, but I'm going to have to suck it in. Yeah, so that's the Buzz Corner. Now it's time to go on to our next section, which is we've been playing games. Maybe? Theme song. Can't see it. Let me get it.
Maybe.
Perhaps. Great.
Yeah, I have to kind of let Coda and Riggy know that I'm playing music, but like they can't hear it, so they're just hearing silence.
I'm just dancing to myself here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to We've Been Playing Games Maybe. Hey, you there. Have you been playing games? Whether you're in Twitch chat or listening at home? If not, that's all cool. But even if so, you can listen here as each of us talk about a game we've been currently playing or have played, and explain what we liked and disliked about it. I'm going to bring a game called The Beginner's Guide. So this is an interesting game. It's sort of like, one would say it's a narrative video game. It's a narrative video game about a collection of narrative video games, created by Davey Wreden, the creator of the Stanley Parable. Yeah, it's very sort of interesting. It centers around a developer called Coda. It's sort of like I'll let you know up front, it's very kind of linear, and it's like a visual novel kind of aspect to it. So there's not too much choice, except you're there like experiencing like one of the most meta stories like you could ever like kind of experience. It's about development, it's about the self, it's about insecurity, and it's about a whole bunch of other emotions and psychological phenomena that I think would even be spoilers to talk about, because they're this is a twisty turny like 90-minute film. And also Coda is in this game. Yeah, codapill is in this game. No, the name of the developer that is being examined is Coda, and the developer talks to you.
You can make it up,
game
honestly.
by Codapill.
The developer kind of talks to you directly about this developer Coda, saying, here's Coda's games. This is why I think they made this developer decision. This is why I think they made this other developer decision. And then it kind of just escalates and escalates and then escalates until it comes to like a grand finale. And it's honestly one of my favorite games, like full stop. I think it's super experimental, really well done. I love The Beginner's Guide.